can I ask you guys something? Just out of curiosity. Is there ever a time where, not specifically me, but I'm talking about like streamers in general. Like, let's say you're watching, you know, a streamer that you frequently watch. It doesn't have to be your Oshi. But let's say you manage to write something in chat and they just manage to catch it and read it out loud, and they like insult you. Would you genuinely feel like upset over it? Let's say you wrote something like not like something degenerate, but like just, you know, a very neutral sentence, and you know, they just kind of decided to roast you because they kind of pulled it out of context, you know, or whatever. Would you guys actually feel a little bit hurt? I would love it. For me, not really. No, I'd be amused. I'd probably laugh. I genuinely feel mixed. Oh, I'd feel embarrassed. Oh, some people actually feel embarrassed? Really? But why? Why embarrassment? Is it because they read your message in the first place? Or more that you're kind of like in the spotlight for like 2 seconds? It depends on how well I know them. If they are joking, it's okay. If they are serious, I'd feel embarrassed and never watch again. Oh, okay, I get that. Okay, so like if they're more... I guess it depends on like the atmosphere. So like, if it's, I guess more like, it's not like let's say it's not a chaotic moment and they're like they're talking about something serious and they might be like calling someone out. I guess yes, I would understand that's a little daunting. Like I would be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll never chat again. But I think like most of the time, like we're all laughing and just joking around. So I wonder like if you guys actually ever get kind of like just a little bit buttered from like roasts. I felt bad once, but I don't think they meant anything bad by it. I don't write anything half as weird as 50% of the people. Okay, I think that's fair. I feel like, okay, I think I understand if you put it like that. Like if you write a message that's not even that degenerate compared to like most of the chat, I think I'd also kind of be like, oh my god, I got picked on even though I didn't even write the most degenerate thing. But at the same time, you know, like it's not like we're like picking on individuals. We're like we just well, for me personally, I have very selective reading, so whatever my eyes land on, I just read it as if you're a close friend of mine, sort of thing. So that's kind of just how I react. So whatever you guys are saying, and I just kind of like catch it, from my perspective, I'm just sort of like viewing you as if you're my friend talking to me. And you know, sometimes maybe the other person obviously might not know you that well. They'll be like, oh, this is my first time watching her stream. But like I wouldn't know that because, you know, I don't know like what's going on. I'm not micromanaging. So yeah, I think that the problem is sometimes maybe I just feel maybe just too comfy because I have the perspective of talking to like a good friend of mine. And when I talk to my close friends and good friends, I tend to like tease them a lot. So that's just how I apply my personality to people. This happened to me once, but in my case, my comment was misunderstood and I just let it happen. Oh yeah, I mean that also happens too. Like, there's always misunderstandings, but you know that goes both ways. Like, you know, sometimes you guys get misunderstood, but like just think like if you're a streamer, like how many times the streamer gets misunderstood. So there's always misunderstanding. It happens, but I think like we shouldn't hold on to it. Like for example, if I misunderstood somebody in chat and I saw their username again in another stream, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, it's this motherfucker, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, I wouldn't do that. In all honesty, I would probably not even remember. Like, I mean, like, genuinely be like, what the fuck are you doing here, motherfucker? You know, I really would not feel that way at all. So like, I feel like it's good to also kind of apply it to the streamer, you know, if you misunderstand, or, you know, if you feel like you misunderstood them, like maybe instead of just like writing them off, it's probably best to give them another chance because you know they're the ones on the spotlight, and it's a little bit harder for them to I guess not have so much misunderstandings because they're talking to like so many people. So yeah, I think it makes sense. Like there's definitely some times where I'll misunderstand like you guys, but personally for me, I don't really feel like the misunderstandings are too much of a big deal. Like they're usually just like little topics that maybe I just didn't understand or something. So it's not something that's like detrimental to our community, you know. The worst you can say is no vibe. Who made up that vibe? There's no such thing as the worst she can say is no. People are so mean, you know. Especially if they're very creative with words, you know. If you're creative with words, that can go both ways. You could be like a very smooth talker, or you could like obliterate somebody. You know, words hurt. That's why I use them. Okay. I just want to know, you know, just out of curiosity, just know that at least for me in my streams, if I ever roast you, it's because well, I wouldn't roast anybody if I didn't think it was like inappropriate. Maybe sometimes I'll like misunderstand like a comment or something, and that happens. But for the most part, like I just do it because it's just part of my personality, and that's just how I talk and how I present myself. So yeah, I hope you guys get a good feel of who I am, I guess. Yes. So yeah, don't feel so butthurt, you know. It's not good to feel butthurt too often, and I'm sure you guys don't. So because like then nothing's really fun. So, and obviously I'm not gonna be like beating around the bush with you guys. Like if something is weird, I'm gonna say it's weird. If something is stupid, I'm gonna say it's stupid. Just like how when I do stupid things, you guys tell me, Enna, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen or heard in my life. So I feel like it goes both ways. Like you guys tell me I'm stupid when I'm stupid. You guys tell me I'm stupid even when I'm smart. So you know, it's kind of like, but I don't even care. So at least sometimes I praise you guys for being like, oh, you're so knowledgeable. But like when I'm good at something, you're like, yeah, you're okay. So just putting out that you guys are a lot meaner than I am. So just saying. You're not wrong. Exactly. It's our love language. What, your love language is what was it called? Words of tsundere or something. It's okay, guys. I can take it. I feel like I could probably take it a little bit better than most people, just because I've been trained my whole life to take stuff like this. None of you guys have ever said anything as mean as my mother. Or my father. And it's probably because, for the big fact that they are my parents, so. But that's why when they praise me, I start crying, because I'm like, oh my goodness. A praise from mother and father? Finally. It's been years. Damn, this got real quick. I mean, like, it's true. Not in a bad way, or I'm not saying it like, you know, all the mean things that they've said are more or less true. But also, like, you know, they also say things on a spur of the moment, like if they're really angry, you know, and they've done their fair share of apologizing if it's gone too far. So, like, no, but I'm honestly, like, happy that I wasn't raised being praised and not yelled at a lot, because I've seen people's parents who like praise their kids like non-stop, and they grow up to like not even be able to take like somebody saying that they're fucking stupid. Like I've literally seen a colleague of mine from my old workplaces get called stupid by a customer, and they just got so furious. They're like, I am not stupid, I am. And then one time, like, their parents came to pick them up, and yes, this is a grown adult, probably almost near the 30s, and they're getting picked up by the parents for some reason. So, I mean, like, yeah, maybe it was really far and they're going on a family trip, but probably not. But I'm just saying, like, over pampering tends to kind of like brew a certain individual to not be able to take too much things, because like those things are gonna happen for sure, 100%. Like, somebody in your life is gonna call you stupid, even if it's not like that specific word. So like, you know, I don't think it's good it's not healthy to like go into extreme anger every time, because then you're just hurting yourself. And you know, by the time you're done fuming over that little comment, that person has already forgotten that they've insulted you. So that's a really bad sign. Not only have you gotten insulted, but you've also wasted time and energy like thinking and like replaying that tiny moment. So that's not healthy is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, obviously, like, if somebody like close to you goes up to you and be like, you know what, I fucking wish I never met you, you are the bane of my existence, that shit hurts. Okay, I get that. Like, that's something you shouldn't be able to be like, whatever. That's a bad sign. That probably means you don't have any emotions if you don't feel anything from that. But yeah, but like from like getting a little bit of like you know, just hated on like by strangers and stuff, you just let it go. It's fine. You don't know them, they don't know you. I've had like customers tell me that I'm really like, they've like made fun of my voice. They'd be like, do you actually talk like that? Can you talk normally? Like, I've literally had people say that to me, like to my face, like, can you please talk normally? I don't really like the frequency of your pitch. And I'm like, sorry, let me match your frequency. Duh. Excuse me? How much does this cost? Sorry, do you understand my language now? So, you know, all you gotta do, you could choose two ways. You can ignore them, or you can just obliterate them, and then boof, we're equal. Oh. No, you can do that. I mean, you could do that with the risk of maybe losing your job, but most of the time, if you're not in the wrong, it's okay. Well, okay. Not all the time, but just be smart about it. Like, I worked in retail, and my manager wasn't always there, and the leaders were always like pretty lenient with my behavior, so so yeah. Really did that to the customer? Okay, maybe not as like mean, not as exaggerated, but yes, something like that, you know. It was enough for her to understand that she didn't want to come back to the store, so I think she got the point, which is what I wanted her to get. I was like, you don't like the frequency of my pitch? Tomorrow I'ma be at the front of the store so that when you come in, I'ma say, hello, welcome! Welcome back, bitch! You know? So, it's fun. It's really, you know what, guys? Like, if you guys ever get hated on randomly, well, you know, it's very important to pick your fights. Don't fight everybody. Obviously, like, you can kind of feel out if you're gonna lose or not, because some people just have a little bit more power. But if it's like, you know, some loser who just comes in because they have a bad day and they obviously have like, you know, their children don't come home to them or something, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Just be mean to them back, and they'll be like, what the fuck? I can't believe she said that to me. Then that's funny. But, you know, there's those people who are rude, but then they have like money to actually sue you. Don't fucking just ignore them. I have the money to sue you. I could get you into big trouble. You know that, right? Not be like, I know I don't have any money, and that's the only reason why you're winning, because you have more money than me. I just want you to know that. You got no wits, just money. Congratulations. I'ma run out from this fight. Goodbye. I've literally like, I've gotten in trouble with like somebody from higher ups. Well, higher ups, like she was a customer, but she was like, I think she was like the CEO of like the mall or something. So in this mall, there's like a bunch of stores, right? And I worked in one of the stores, and then she came into our store, and she was very, very rude. Like, she was rude to all of our colleagues. She was even rude to our manager. Even our manager was just like, our manager went around the floor going like, just watch out, this is the mall CEO and she's in a bad mood, I guess. So everybody's kind of like tiptoeing around her. The mall manager, I think so. I'm not too sure what the position was, but like, you know, just I guess someone who owns the mall. I don't know. I don't care. So, you know, I don't really know why, but like, people tend to approach me because maybe like I look like I am a little bit of a pushover, and I do admit that I do look like a pushover. Like, look at me. I look like I'm a pushover. It looks like if you tell me to grab you a basket and hold it for you for like 30 minutes, I might do it. But the thing is like, that's not how I look like inside, bitch. Like, seriously, you don't want to open that fucking hole. Oh my god, this fucking bitch came to me. She's like, she didn't even say hello or like excuse me, you know. She came up to me, she's like, furniture section. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, guide me to the furniture section. And I was like, sure, it's on the left, and then you take a right and you go straight. And she's like, sorry, I think you misunderstood me. I'm asking you to guide me over there. And I'm like, well, I'm a little busy, so also I'm gonna be on break in about 20 seconds because of you. And she was just like, I cannot believe this customer service. And I'm like, well, girl, I get paid minimum wage, so there is no customer service, not for you at least. And she's like, do you know who I am? And I'm looking at the name tag, be like, where'd you get that from? Walmart? Put your name on that. But I didn't say that. That part I did not say. I said it in my head. But like, she's like, your customer service is atrocious. I was like, woo, big word for a big CEO lady. Okay, I'm on break. So I yeeted out of there. I went on break, even though I wasn't really on break. And then, yeah, I took my break early that day. I went in there, I went to my manager and like, oh yeah, I think this lady who like you don't even like is harassing me. So can I go on break early? I feel so uncomfortable right now. She's attacking me as I open my lunchbox and stuff a big onigiri in my mouth. It's making me really uncomfortable, you know. Like, obviously, like, I can't really do much because if I push her even more, I think she might actually get me into trouble. But like, you know, I just like to do it like just enough so that I could like still get out of there. But that's just kind of me. I just like to fuck around. That's a really bad habit, to be honest. It's not really good to do that, but sometimes I can't. I do have a temper too, so I have a little bit of a trouble controlling it too. But I feel like I'm better than my father at least. But yeah, so that lady, so I kind of peeked through the office, like where we take our breaks, and I was like peeking through to see if she was still there. And I saw her talking to another work colleague, and she was like, some lady was helping me, but she had like horrible customer service. Are all your employees like this? And then, you know, I feel so sorry for my colleague, but she kind of had to like mend it for me. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, she's troubled. And I was like, fucking bitch. I saw her say that, and she saw me, and she's like, ha ha ha. And it's kind of like a fucking inside joke, but you know, we're good friends, so I thought it was so hilarious. Just like, oh, I'm sorry, that individual employee is actually very troubled. Just ignore her. I can help you. And I was like, damn, you fucking professional. That's not fair. She approached me first. If she approached you, it would have been a different story, and I would have gotten to say that you're troubled, so... Damn. But you know, that's one of the reasons why I worked there for so long, because like just got along very well with my colleagues. The pay was shit, the environment was shit, the customers were even shittier. But like the colleagues, I guess, bonded a lot over colleagues, like with my colleagues, and yeah, it was a nice time. It's a nice time to fuck around, even though you were working. But you know, it's part of youth. I'd like to think it's part of youth. You know, it's so funny. It is really funny. Plus, that friend is still my friend today, so... You know, it says a lot. You say it as if you're old. Okay, I mean, I don't mean to make it sound like that, but... It's just like a good memory, you know? I know it's like... I'm not talking about like horrible customers, but it was a funny memory to me. But yeah, my point is, pick your fights. Don't fight fucking everyone, because then you're actually stupid. Just, you know, if you have bad intuition, maybe just don't fight anyone. I have pretty good intuition. I kind of know, like, when not to say something and when it's okay to kind of, like, push the boundaries a little bit, even though maybe I shouldn't. But, yeah. At least it makes for good stories. Now I'm glad that I did push those boundaries so then I can tell you guys these stories. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh yeah, one time this girl bullied me. She's like the mall CEO, so I went into the office and cried my eyes out. And you know, I don't want to tell that story. I want to tell a story where like, well, ideally, I want to tell a story where and so then I fucking punched her in the nose and she started bleeding, and then the mall security came and was like, whoa, you got one heck of a punch, and then they hired me to work at a fitness gym. You know, ideally that would be my story, but it didn't go quite that way, so I'm just telling you guys the true ending. Also, my punch is not that strong, so I used to have a friend who had the worst temper imaginable. I mean, I have a temper, but I don't go out of control, honestly. I think only if somebody really pisses me off, then I'm not even making jokes anymore. Like, I wouldn't even be like bantering or like saying like my usual like sarcasm. I'd actually just stop talking and see if it passes. Like, when I get angry, it's kind of the same as my father. Like, we'll try to kind of like not be angry immediately, like, but we'll kind of wait it out and see if it escalates by itself. Like, if somebody is very persistently trying to make us angry, like, and it just like it's kind of like a meter. So like you've already brought out our meter of anger, and then you're like pushing us, and then if you've pushed us to the very top and our meter is filled, then yes, we're going to do something. So, and I feel like that's fair because some people really are persistent in like getting reactions out of people, and they're just a dick, to be honest. So yeah, the tranquil rage, yeah, something like that. But my dad is even scarier. Like, my dad, if his anger meter is filled, even I get scared. Even if I'm not the one getting in trouble, I'll be like, oh shit, he's gonna burst, run. But like, so I'm a lot better, like, really. My dad like starts fucking throwing shit, like flipping tables, like, but that was when he was younger, obviously. So I was like, I don't flip shit. Okay, I'm kind of too weak for that. My arms are not strong enough. But yeah, I do, like, for me, I guess it's more words and actually like, it's more of an aura, I would say. So like, you can really tell when we're angry. Millie's probably seen me really, really angry, like maybe just once or twice. And even Millie gets uncomfortable at those times, and she'll kind of be like, Enna, stop. And I'll be like, I can't stop. It's too late. They've already filled the meter. So, yeah. So, when like, it's just an uncomfortable aura that we present when we're that angry, where even our friends will be like, oh, stop. It's okay. Just leave it alone. Like, don't get angry. Just leave it alone. We'll go, you know, something like that. So, the meter. The meter sounds so scary, but I mean, that's the best way to describe it. Have you ever seen a really angry Millie? Millie is not really, I would say, like, an angry type. Like, she gets angry, but not so, like, when she's really upset over something, she's more of a crier than an angry person. So she'll kind of just cry a lot, like, bawl, like, cry. But that's like when she's reaching like top-notch upsetness. The limit break meter. Are you guys naming these? But yeah, I'm kind of like the opposite. I like, if somebody pisses me off really badly, I don't cry at all because I don't feel sadness. I feel really angry because I need to make sure that they know that they should never do this again. So, because I think it's just we're different people. So I really only cry if something's really sweet, like happiness, or something's really sad, like a fucking those Indonesian commercials where they're trying to sell you insurance, but it's like a really, really sad sob stories. Yeah, those get me so bad. Have you guys ever seen those? Like, I cry to those every single time. It's ridiculous. I cry to the same ones. Like, I'll be like, what? The father. And then at the end, they're like, oh, so that's why it's important to get insurance. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a commercial for insurance? Holy shit, you got me so good. Yeah, those ads are so fucking sad. Those are the ones where I start bawling like, I can't. Of course I'll buy insurance, but I don't live in Indonesia, so. Oh, yeah, I know, right? They're so freaking sad. Oh my goodness. So yeah, like Millie's more of like crier, and I'm more like anger. But like, it's really hard for me to be that angry. Like really, it's very, very rare. I've only like, it's only been like less than one hand. Like I can count on my one hand how many times I've been angry. Probably like 3 times in my life. Like that angry. And honestly, it doesn't feel good. Like I do feel bad, and when I mean bad, I mean like I feel physical pain. Like imagine being so angry, your body is in like over 100% stress mode. Okay, so it really does take a toll on your body. You feel exhausted, you get like headaches. I get this really bad like ache in my arms, and a little bit of this like weird ache in my throat when I get really angry. Like it just physically, it does affect me too. So being that angry is never good for me. And I've realized it wasn't until like maybe the second and third time where I was like, wow, being angry actually makes me physically drained and feel bad the next day. So it's actually pretty bad. I've calmed down a whole lot since middle school. I feel like when I was the most angry, well, it kind of did. I don't know if maybe as I get older, I'll probably calm down. But I think it's just because I'm like at my most... I don't know what the word is. Like, I'm an adult and I'm still young, so I have energy to be angry. So I feel like now is the time to be like angry. But I try not to be, and I really am not angry all the time. Because I feel like every muscle in your body just tenses up and there's a lump in your throat. Yeah, and I feel like some pain in my arms, like just this really bad achy feeling that doesn't go away. Sometimes my stomach really hurts. It's all just like stress, you know. Stress does affect you physically, and if you're angry, obviously you're stressed, so it makes sense. And if you're really angry to the point where it's like you're feeling like there's like some kind of stone in your stomach, that's really bad. It means that you're so stressed that, you know, your body's telling you to stop. So and also, there's gonna be times where I'll absolutely never be super duper angry, such as when I'm streaming. It'll just be like super rare. And like, if it ever happens, which I'm pretty sure, 98% sure it won't, something must have happened that like completely ruined part of my life. So don't worry too much about it. That's why you see gamers breaking holes in their walls or their keyboards. That's, I think, a little bit weird. I don't think you should be that mad at a game. It's just, I think at that point there's something else that's making you super angry, but you're just like, you're kind of being distracted by the game. That's like the surface trigger. So yeah, those things are a little bit complicated. Like off the surface, it probably looks like you're mulling over a game, but I think there's probably more like complex feelings underneath about like maybe other situations. So, but I wouldn't break a wall. That's kind of too much, no? I mean, I've hit a table before with a game, but breaking a wall and making a hole, that's a little much. A little much. I broke controllers and stuff as a kid, but now I've definitely mellowed out. Really? Huh, interesting. I mauled when I play League. I do mauled when I play League too, yes, I admit that. But I don't break a wall. Grown men will get angry when their favorite sports team loses. One guy punched his wall and his wife punished him. Wow. Well, you know, I can't speak for everyone. Maybe everyone's different, but I just think maybe, I don't know, that's a little excessive, you know? Like maybe just, I think it's okay to be angry at like, to some degree, but if you're breaking walls and a keyboard and stuff, that's pretty like concerning. My cousin used to throw kitchen knives. Alright, guys. Like, I'm starting to think that my temper is not even that bad anymore. Jesus. There's things that you can throw, kind of, and there's things that you just don't throw. Like, even my dad doesn't throw knives. Come on. Gosh. I just can't break things that I bought with my own money. Oh my god, same! I also, like, tend not to break things because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay for this afterwards, so I don't really wanna... I don't want to buy another controller if I throw this. I throw my pillow. A pillow is a good idea. Never broke a controller before. If I break it, then my parents will break me. Ah, that's funny. I mean, it's true. I can't count how many times I did the silent scream that reaches the birds outside my room. Oh my god, that is so unhealthy. Honestly, if you really need to scream, just let it out. Or like maybe let it out in like a pillow or something, because like if you're keeping all of that internally, that's really, really bad for you. Okay, let's continue with the super chats. This was a good topic. It was learn some funny things from your individual lives, and we talked about some pretty funny and low-key concerning things.